Hello and welcome to this first lecture on ensuring data quality and integrity in this course, Data Analysis and Analytics. So in this new section, we'll help you get an in-depth view of ensuring data quality and integrity. As a part of that, we will start talking about how to implement data governance policy. And talking about implementing data and governance policy is, as you know, is a part of ensuring data quality and integrity, and which is still a part of developing a strong data foundation. So, first big thing that you need to do is to develop a strong data foundation, in which there are two things. One is ensuring data quality and integrity. Second is centralizing data with modern infrastructure. In the first section, we will talk about how to ensure data quality integrity. And then in the first lecture, we will look at how to implement data governance and policies, right? So how do you think you can implement data governance policies? Any thoughts? No, first let's understand what is data governance and what does it require and what are the benefits of that. So data governance, when we say, it means basically it refers to management of your data, availability, usability, integrity, and security. So management of data to ensure it's available, it's usable, it is integral, it's right, and it is secure is what is called as data governance. Now, implementing data governance policies, right? It will ensure there's a consistent, accurate, and secure data available for decision making. So that is the importance of implementing data governance policies, right? So let's take a look at what to do. So the first step is to establish a data governance framework. Now, what you need to do there is first to define goals and objectives, right? And these goals could be like regulatory compliance, data security, quality. Second is to appoint a data governance team. And the people who could be part of that are like the chief information officer, data stewards, and data analysts. Third could be to identify key stakeholders, right? Like IT, business, compliance teams. Now, if we were to take an example, a financial institution must align its governance policy with GDPR and CCPA compliance to protect consumer data, customer data. So, depending on which industry are you in, you need to find out the relevant frameworks or laws that you need to comply to, and you must have the governance framework to do that. You must establish that. The second thing is to define data ownership and roles. So we talked about things like data stewards, data users. So what are these? What do they do? So the data owners are the people who are responsible for accuracy and security of the data. They own the quality of data. Data stewards are the people who enforce governance policy. Once the team is formed, once the framework is established, they enforce that framework. And data users are the people who access and utilize data ethically. So these are the three key roles that you need to define, that we have defined here. In healthcare, HIPAA compliant governance ensures only authorized doctors access patient records. So there, the data users are the doctors, and they use only they are allowed to access patient records in line with the governance policies of the industry. The third is to establish data policies and standards. And there, what are the things you need to do? You need to establish data quality rules, which will talk about format, completeness, and duplicates. Then you need to also establish security and privacy policy in terms of encryption, access control. Also need to then classify data in terms of whether it is public, internal, confidential, or restricted. Google classifies user data into sensitive and non-sensitive category to prevent misuse. So that's one way to establish policies and standards. The fourth thing is to implement data governance tools and technologies. And what are these? You could use metadata management tools, right? Uh, like Elation, uh, Colibra, Informatica. You could use data cataloging tools, right? Like AWS Glue, Apache Atlas. You could also be looking at access control and security tools, which could be role-based access control or encryption. Netflix uses automated data governance to regulate how engineers access customer data. So they use automation, right? Automation of the data governance to regulate engineers using accessing customer data. The fifth thing is to audit, monitor, and continuously improve. And for that, you need to implement real-time monitoring for compliance violation, right? After you have done the data collection and risk assessment, you need to set up automated alerts for security breaches and conduct regular audits to improve policy. How does Amazon do this? Amazon runs quarterly data audits to detect anomalies and enhance data security. So let's summarize the steps to implement data governance, shall we? So first step is to define governance rules, goals, and stakeholders. So what are the goals? What do we want to achieve and who are the key players? Then you need to assign data owners and stewards, right? Then you need to establish policies for quality, security, and privacy, leverage technology for data management, and continuously monitor, audit, and improve. So those are the steps that we looked at in this lecture to implement data governance. So what is next? So we'll continue to talk about how to ensure data quality and integrity. Having looked at how to implement data governance policy, we will now look at another step, another tool, another methodology of using ETL to clean and structure data. So we'll look at the ETL processes in the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on ensuring data quality and integrity. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy. And I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need.